What's going on, everybody, and happy holidays. Welcome back to the A Show with the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am Justin, here with Meelz. What's up, Meelz?
Listen, we're getting towards the end of the year. There's
Yes.
about 14 days as we're recording this, 14 days left in 2024.
hmm
Um, it's good. Listen, I'm here for it. It's we are we're doing the damn thing as well.
Yeah,
So,
1 week away.
we're dropping our best of. So all the best ofs are dropping this week on YouTube.
These are
Um,
always fun to do. They're always fun to record and spend time doing. I hope everyone who watches it just really kind of appreciates all of the hard work that goes into these and just getting everybody's schedule aligned to do stuff like this. And shout out to you, Meals, for just the concept and also coming up with like the templates and everything. Like it's a big undertaking, and I'm personally glad that everyone loves watching them every year.
I agree because it literally it's been weeks in the making, and most of it is me coming up with the templates. Most of it's me coming up with like all the little visual things that you see go on. And even though it's not a lot, it's not as robust, I think, as like previous years because I wanted to keep it real simple and try to like keep it manageable for the most part. Um, we got that going on. We got some social media stuff that's still happening. Um, Next week, next 2 weeks after this, we're gonna do our year-end awards, and I think we're gonna pick our wrestler of the year, match of the year,
Oh God, we
all
gotta
the
do that.
other.
Like we gotta start that like this week.
Yeah. Essentially, you like we have to whatever the spreadsheet is, we got to figure that out. Um, and so much more content. I think there's gonna be a new. Think there's gonna be a new war report. I don't know. War report is gonna last throughout the end of the year. If they want to end this week, I'm
That's
just letting you know.
fine.
Yeah, like go ahead,
Well, I mean,
because
it's
World's Ends
fine.
is.
It's fine. Um, because like AEW is like whatever, but like NXT is like tape for the next 2 weeks, so like they could
Yeah,
technically do whatever. So
I mean, I feel like AEW might as well tape for the next 2 weeks
no, no, no,
because
no, they can't tape. Everyone has to see what they're doing.
they're gonna be in New York this weekend. I think taping Dynamite in Collision, so I guess it's actually true. So they're gonna be in New York this weekend. I don't really have interest. I mean, if it was I don't really want to be seen there, but
Oh Jesus!
I don't want to be seen there because it's like my opinions are very strong on how the product is not really good
they're,
and the
they're not
live
gonna let
experience
you
could be
in.
better.
They're not
I don't
letting
think
you in.
so.
Yeah.
I don't want any of our ops, seeing it. They're like that's like guy from the internet. He hosts the podcast with the other guy.
Fuck
Um
the other guy. Jesus.
but you never know. You never know.
So I gotta ask. And I know you
Talk
have
about
some
it.
things you wanted to talk about. The
Sure.
new Pokemon Pocket mini set came out last night. Did you open for some? Did you open for some cards?
I opened it at 1 a.m. and then I was like, when I wake up, I'm opening 10 packs.
You got some bullshit? I opened like 35 packs.
I got some bullshit.
I
I
was
was not
sitting on
happy.
I was sitting on the free gold from the original opening. I was sitting on gold from just level ups. I think I only have spent $10 on gold thus far. And that was off like the little deal they had in the beginning. So I was sitting on like 300 gold. I had
Yeah.
about 200 hourglasses, and I just ripped open packs. I got some really good shit, man. Real talk. I'm almost done with the mini set. I have almost all 80 cards.
Good for you, man. Good for you. I got
That's
some.
that sounds like a
That's how I
like
feel. So I've been speaking with Rob and Nelson about the same thing this morning because we were like at 1 a.m. we're gonna open it, and then everyone fell asleep. But I still think they opened it at 1 a.m. But
yeah.
cause Rob got like Celebi and Mew and all this other cool shit. So I'm like, all right, it's about to be up for me when I open my deck. Boy, it
No.
wasn't.
Yeah, I ended up getting I got Celebi EX. I got the full art Celebi EX. Okay, 'cause that's how we rolling. Got two of the Gyarados, so we rolling with that. I might roll with him. I got the Drudagon is one of my favorite designs, so I'm gonna try and
No, it's
find a way.
great.
I'm gonna try and find a way to get him in, and it actually introduces the dragon type, to this version of the game, so to speak. And I got one Mew.
Yeah, I ain't getting none of that shit. I got
Damn,
I
what
got
you
a
get?
Pidgeot EX, which is
Nigga got
like
Stone Journer.
I got well, yes, but I got Pidgeot EX. I got Marshadow, which is actually like a mythical, but it's
Yeah,
like I was like, all right.
um,
It
I
didn't
got I
feel
got the
very mythically.
I got the full
Um,
art Marshadow, so I got that one. That's the only one I got.
is that the one that's walking in like the dusk or the dawn or something?
Yeah, I got the full. Yeah, that's the full
Yeah,
art
yeah,
one.
I got that. A Sandalit, which is like, all right,
Why
thanks,
does he
guys.
have a full art, bro? Like,
That's
why
what
does he
I'm
have an
saying.
immersive?
I was like, what? And then I got Vaporeon, which is pretty cool. And then I wonder picked an Aerodactyl EX. Are you good at wonder
Wait,
picking?
I'm terrible at wonder picking. Is this the
Oh
last thing I do?
man,
The game be tapping me every 12 hours. Like, hey, nigga, you got wonder pack stamina. It's up. I'm like, bro, y'all are gonna fuck me. So like, absolutely not. Like, the
I
one
got two
time I was
spots.
like, one time
Go ahead.
I like I picked on it, and then none of the picks moved. They all stayed at the same spot. I'm like, how the fuck are you supposed to do this?
The odds on that is actually kind of crazy. But no, I got two spots where I pick from, and if they're not there, I'm okay with it. Like,
Okay.
because for the most part, it's been there. So my pick has been the first one on the the first one on the second row. So
Okay.
that's usually my first pick, and then my second pick is the first one, just in general, the first one on the first row. So if it's
Okay.
not one of those, usually for me, it's one of those. Like I missed an Executor EX because it was definitely one of those, and I picked the other one, but I was like, all right, whatever. But it's usually one of those. I don't pick the other three. The other three are
Okay.
mean nothing. They're usually never there for me.
That's like their
Um,
superstitious pick.
yes, essentially, you gotta have one because that's
Yeah.
Pokemon, man. It's my that's my press up and B, and the Pokemon turns into a
But
Master Ball in the middle of there.
I'm here to say that as somebody who
Okay.
plays digital card games like this is a
Mhm.
very exciting day. Like like the art is awesome. The excitement of it coming out was awesome. It's a feeling that you kind of like have never really like had in this type of shit before, and like it opens up the game so much. Like the new Eevee is pretty dope. I don't know if you got that one. I only have like 8 cards left to get.
You got
I just
everything. So whatever you got, I don't. So that's all I can say about that. I will say though, like this is pretty exciting. I've played Pokemon Go for almost a damn decade at this point. The fact the game has been out for 8 years at this point is kind of insane. Um the only feeling I could like thing this for was when Johto Pokemon came out in Pokemon Go. When Johto
Mhm.
Pokemon came out in Pokemon Go, the entire game crashed for everyone. It was like, "Oh, new Pokemon!" Like, "Oh, da
That's
da
how it
da." And I
was.
went out into the
The app
street.
crashed. The app
Yeah,
crashed
yeah.
last night. Yeah.
I went out into the street. I was like, it was already dark. I think it was after work or something. Like I went out the street. I was like, I gotta catch, whatever it is. And then I took the train home from work, and it was very, very exciting. So simple things in life, man. Listen, Pokemon. Besides the main series games, I think things can get very exciting.
Yeah. I will
We was
say for
watching sidebar. Sorry. Continue.
I will say that for all the people who play the battle mode in the game, Celebi and Snarperior, whatever the nigga name is, that seems to be the
Superior,
play.
Superior is fire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has
Superior.
an ability where like one grass equals two, and then Celebi has an attack that does 50 for you get a if you get a coin flip for every energy you have. So
Hmm.
you just using Superior to just pump Celebi with energy. And you like I've seen somebody this morning do 50 coin flips for a 900 HP attack with Celebi.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's crazy. All right. Well, at least they live up to the mythical hype.
Yeah.
Funny thing. So also shout out to Rob, just in general. He watches Adam Cole on Twitch,
Oh Lord.
and Adam Cole was playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And
What?
I turned it on, and I was yeah. I turned it on and I looked at his team. I was like, I wish I never saw his team.
What was it?
It's a bunch of lame. He's got the fire starter in Scarlet and Violet, the little
Yeah.
dinosaur thing. He's got Diglett, which is like just bad. That's just bad. Just Diglett. We've moved past. If you have a Diglett in Generation One, I get you. But past that, we got so much more ground types. He's got one of the weird electric things that you get from the region. I forget what it's called, but it's like cute and fluffy. He's got Ralts, which I'm just like, all right, I mean, there's potential there.
But it's
Skiploom,
not
I'm just
evolved. It's
like,
not evolved. It's not evolved.
no, it's not. He's actually got a whiles away into for it to evolve. Maybe he's playing now. I don't know. Yeah, but today's Tuesday.
Probably a
He might be
travel day
playing
for him.
now. Yeah, it might be. He got Skiploom, which is not good, and he's got Choodle, which is not good. So I don't really like his team. Um, so I wish I didn't see it. Um, it just yeah, it's kind of nuts.
Sorry, I went to his page and he's got shit playing.
What's he
Uh,
playing?
no, he's not. He's not on. I'm looking at the
Oh,
VOD. Looking at the VOD. I'm looking at this team. This nigga really playing it too. He's bugged out. Nice house though. All right,
yeah,
what's going
yeah.
on here, bro?
I didn't like his. I don't. I fake didn't like his setup. I don't like that his setup is at the end of his couch.
Yeah.
Like I don't like it that it's like the fun. I feel like I should be able to see the couch and everything in the background, and not like. But I didn't want to. He goes through enough. Like
Oh wow, it's just I
I
will.
was just like, I didn't want to do that to him. I didn't want to.
Oh man, you called him a cuck. That's crazy. All right.
Let me see. What
Oh,
else is up?
this team is ass. All right,
No,
I'm
it's
getting off
very
the list.
garbage. It's very garbage. Let's see.
This team's ugly. This team's really ugly. All right, I'm out.
Hey man.
I'm out.
Shout out
I'm
to
not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
shout out to Adam Cole. You got a lot of things to go. Is there anything else we should talk about? That was
Uh,
I mean, you gotta you know what? Let me not. We'll save it for like next week. Maybe we'll talk about. And I'm sure you guys have. I haven't listened to the latest. Well, you did throwblacks this week. You didn't do
yeah, we
blank
did
blank. That's right.
throwblacks with Future, Monster. If you haven't watched that, me and Mark, going through that and talking about one of my favorite albums or one of my favorite mixtapes, one of my favorite projects of all time, Future Monster. And it's really just like two guys just shooting the shit about how much they love Future. And it's really dope. I hope that everyone who listens to it can enjoy it. I think it's out on YouTube right now, and I think the visual novel version of it is going to be out tomorrow. So shout out to Mark.
Good. Shout out to that. Shout out to that. I was gonna say should probably talk about some like music things, but this I don't know.
What music? What's the
I don't
music?
know. Like it's just like favorite song of the year.
I Well, I mean, I could go through my real Wrapped.
Nah, well, nah. We'll save it for next week. It'll be in theme for next week because we're doing all year end stuff. So I feel like we can talk about it next week. I actually
Okay.
have a bunch of shit to talk about with you for this week. I wrote down a bunch of different questions, bunch of different things to just like pick your brain on.
Is this five with
Um,
J5 again?
no, it's not five with J5. It's literally like, uh, it's it's just things that have been going on. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the end of the year. It's kind of like when I woke up this morning, I didn't know what we were going to talk about, and then I just came up with things to talk about because I feel
Yeah.
like these things are notable. So you know what? The first thing, of course, is Saturday night's main event.
Yep. Yeah.
Saturday
Yeah.
night's main event aired on Saturday last week. Obviously, in the name, you got 5 matches.
5 matches,
Um,
5 matches, very 5 matches straight through too, like, no promos, no nothing, just straight through 5 matches.
yeah, no in ring segments. You got Jesse. How do you feel about Jesse? How was
Yeah,
Jesse?
he was up past his fucking bedtime. He was actually actively getting on my nerves with how much I noticed that he had no clue what the hell he was talking about, and
Kevin Owen.
Kevin Owen was one of them. just the outfit was throwing me too. I was like, "Get this outfit out of my fucking face." Like,
He's
he's
just
too
like, "I got it
old.
from Damien." And
He's too
and the
old to,
the
like,
real story about what happened to Damien is actually pretty grim, probably.
yeah, like, he's too old to, like, really be, like, out of this world. Like, you ain't like, not even Dennis Rodman's dressing like that no more. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Dennis Rodman wearing Levi's shirts. You know what I mean? You don't even know Levi's made shirts, but he's wearing them. You know what I mean? So, like, he was getting on my nerves, and I think that he didn't add much to the main event. But yeah, Jesse, I'm glad we only hear him once every quarter. I guess. Well, shit, we're about to
It
hear him again next
No, we're
month.
about to hear him next month, yeah. I was about to say
Yeah.
it was like a familiar voice, I guess, but then I was like, familiar for who? Like, everyone who watches the show is not.
He was like 2 steps away from how much does this guy weigh, and I was just like, yeah. At that point, I was gonna turn the
He was, like,
shit
trying
off.
to be heel, commentator, but,
Yeah,
like, not getting enough right. It's like, Cody Rhodes has gotta, and I was like, "Alright, relax." Like, you
Cody
know.
Rhodes and Kevin Owen. But I think in terms of a show, I think that I think this is part of like the derangement of what's going on right now in like wrestling. And it's like obviously there's multiple people that have multiple different avenues and thoughts about what this is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that there were so many people over the weekend that were like, all these matches were mid and they were awful and they were terrible and they weren't match of the year candidates. And I was
I'm
like
like,
I
"This is
feel like
NBC."
I know exactly. I was like, I think you guys are like severely misreading the PR that this show just really is, and I think it's because you like people don't actually understand the purpose of what this does. This is extra content for NBC. It's an extra
Mhm.
bag for WWE, and it's an extra way for viewers to see that they're coming to Netflix in a couple of weeks. This person's the new person on top. This person's the new women on top. I think the women got a lot
Yeah.
over the course of this show. And they got a lot of time to do what they had to do, and you got introduced and kind of indoctrinated into like what was going on in the product right now. And honestly, I said it in the chat. I was like, this is like a house show on NBC, and that's what it felt like.
To me, I mean, yes, this was very much so that. I think with everything that was going on the show, I mean, I'd say the only, like, real, like, fresh, like, notable, I mean, everything was kinda notable, but obviously, the new women's United States champion and Chelsea Green. I
Yep.
think that's something there you can say, "Okay, it happened on this show." You can kinda stamp on it. You can do that, but overall, I thought the show was okay. I thought the show was, like, a fine use of 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, nothing I didn't expect because of how many matches are on the show and the caliber of matches. I didn't really expect any of them to really go long. I didn't expect an episode of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or anything. I really just expected them to, like, hit these beats because I think in reality, like, triple threat match goes on a pay-per-view, that probably goes, like, 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah. This one was like
Like,
10.
yeah, because it's on television and they got commercials and they've got other things and they gotta promote this and they gotta do
Yeah.
that and they gotta tell people shop right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
shop right. And it was it was tight too. It was like commercial breaks here, commercial breaks here. Even on Peacock, they kept the fucking a lot of the commercial breaks. Like it was a very tightly wound show. It ended on time. And again, like that's really what it was. It was to fill that obligation.
I expect the next one to be better though. Like, just not that this one was bad, but I expect the next one to be better in terms of, like, all right, we got the hang of the timing, and then you also got to take into account NBC and just in general.
Mhm.
I count NBC, CBS kind of like as those programs where, like, only certain things can happen on the show. Like, I always equate everything to the challenge. When the Challenge USA aired on CBS, you couldn't really have the type of music, you couldn't have all the debauchery, you couldn't have all the kind of, like, things that normally happen on the show because you gotta fit it within the CBS confinements.
Mhm.
Um, NBC's kind of similar. NBC is like a really old white network.
Yeah.
Watching it for the first time in a long time. I mean, I haven't watched NBC it would have to have been like Drake would have had to been on SNL or something along those lines, like hosting, for me
Right.
to watch like NBC. I haven't watched it in a long, long, long time. And all I'm getting is like Metamucil commercials, uh all these other
But
things, and
that
I
they
was like,
pay the most. They pay the most in ad revenue,
I'm
and
sure.
especially in that time slot that it was, it's like that age is the age that's really watching TV. That's another reason why this is like a big like deal is that age group is watching TV on Saturday
Yeah,
at 8 o'clock, and they're watching it and they see Jess Ventura and they see all those things. Like again, in terms of a throwback, like I think that it definitely worked. Um, I believe that you know getting the new stars out there, like those what 6 to 8 people that were on the matches on or 10 or whatever
yeah.
on the show, like those are the people that they're looking out for and that they want you to look out for. So I would imagine the next one next month, the week before Royal Rumble, is probably you're right, probably gonna be a bigger show but also going to have another group of people that they want you to look at that time in that quarter. So like when you look at that, it's like you're just we're just watching it to have something to watch. You know what I'm saying? To enjoy it. I wasn't rating these fucking matches like should they be 5 star class. I saw somebody say Sasha had a better match than every match in Saturday Night's main event. I was like, yeah, but like 10 people fucking saw it. Like, who gives a shit? Like, who gives a fuck, man?
You're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, yeah, this wouldn't be the show I like hang my hat on essentially. Um, so for all the people who are just like, "Oh, the show was mid," it's like, come on, bro, it's NBC, it's Saturday night's main event. You didn't even really have to watch it, to be real with
Who
you.
fucking cares, bruh? Who gives a shit?
um, second question I have. I have a bunch, so we're gonna be going through quite a bit. Tony Storm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Toni Storm, she is back. She came back on Dynamite last week. She returned to the old punk rock Toni Storm. But the program seemingly is that she has lost her memory of being timeless Toni Storm. Is this too far of a suspension of disbelief for us, or maybe even for AEW? Uh, or is this, do you feel like this program is heading somewhere like really, really good?
I don't know where the fuck this is heading other than like it does seem like she fucking time traveled to 2019 WWE for sure. Maybe 2011 WWE.
Mm.
Maybe she went back a little bit further than that. I understand and I completely emphasize the people that are lipoing this and letting it play out. Um
Which I'm gonna do, to be honest with you.
I have no faith in this actually being a dub in any way shape or form for for AEW in any sense of the manner, right? Like it is a wild stretch of disbelief to a company. And again, like I get that you want to like Warrior Meals, but it's like this is the same place that
No,
people are like this is the same place that people are like, oh fuck this WWE shit. I don't want this fucking sports entertainment in my wrestling. And then they fucking do it, and everyone's like, "Oh no, it's actually kind of dope." She gets to play like Mick Foley, and I was like, "I'm like, all right, you niggas, like y'all can't be fucking serious. Like y'all are like y'all shitting me, right?
my thoughts is that it depends where the journey ends up, right? Like where it kind of like
You know where
leads
it's gonna end
to.
up. You know where it's gonna end
N-
up, Mills.
I know. I mean, but it depends how. All right, so it depends how we get there. Forget where it ends up. I know where it's gonna end up. It depends how we get there. I'm not completely soured on the program just because I do want to see how it goes. I want to see where it goes. I want to kind of see like what little things are put in there. Again, you're completely right. The lack of faith, no one should have any strong faith in this damn company to do anything creative long term. I mean, look at the biggest angle that they got going on right now. But I mean, there's just like small things that I feel like even if WWE did that, they wouldn't ignore. Like one, she's coming back on Rampage, she's wrestling on Collision, she's essentially coming back and you're spoiling her return on shows no one gives a fuck about. Um, so the in-ring product, it is what it is. You don't really have to build up wins to face the champion anymore, so it doesn't even matter why you're having these set of matches.
Sports
Uh,
remember, they're sports based, they're progressive, they're it's nice, they're great, they're the most creative company ever, and this is where we're at with it right now. Like there are so many different types of storylines that range from the fantastical to the like not even grounded, just dumb that like they said they would never do. They said they never do this shit. And again, like I'm only holding them to the fire with this storyline because they said they'd never do anything like this. Like they would never do shit that would insult the intelligence of the viewer. And
Well, in the Observer, Meltzer, because Meltzer has been noting, because the viewership has continued to go down. Like
yeah,
the fact that the it's now being ranked lower than the challenge on a weekly basis. Um, it's crazy considering challenge doesn't have that much of a bigger viewership, but I guess it's doing better in the demo now, or just the demo is leaving for AEW programming. And one thing he noted, he was like, "Listen, if they start doing things like how WWE did, they'll run away more people.
yeah.
But if they don't, they're not gonna gain any more people." So, and if they keep doing matches and stuff, they're going to essentially really, really, really dilute their product, which honestly has already done like a year ago. So there doesn't really look like to be a winning formula. He's like, you gotta essentially invest in the younger talent and hope for the best, but AEW's track record with development of younger talent on a consistent basis isn't strong. I think
Who are they
literally
developing? Jay White? Who are they
literally the only
developing?
one I could say is MJF, and I feel like MJF had to really he had to push the envelope so far. And it's not even like really pushing the envelope, but he had to push the conventions of what it was supposed to be so far for him to be noticed. Um, and part of that was not wrestling on a weekly basis. Part of that was just really cutting promos to really set him apart from everything. Part of that was what he cut promos about, and kind of like how he handled his character moving forward. Like he had to really do that to be able to kind of break out in any kind of way. But I don't see it for the younger guys there. It's actually looking pretty sad. But this Tony Storm thing, I'm lipoing it, but I'm not expecting much from it.
It
If
all
that makes
seems like it seems like all roads are leading her to some showdown of some sort with either
Australia.
Mariah, yeah, with either Mariah or Mercedes at some point. And
If it ends up Mercedes, that would be even weirder. If it ends
where's
up being
where
Mercedes, they might as well just take the title off of Mariah May right now.
I know nobody cares, but like, where is Britt Baker? Where's Britt Baker at? We need to put an APB out on her because she's fine, right? She's not injured, right? From what you
I don't
heard.
think so. I don't think so. Maybe she on her Roman schedule. You never know.
Yeah, I if I'm AEW, like I'm cutting my losses. Cut my
They
losses, man.
did. I mean, I don't want
Put
to wish
Bryn in
anyone
NXT.
not.
Put Bryn in NXT, man. Put her in the PC.
She would have to go. She would for
She'd
sure
have to
have
go
to
to
go.
the yeah, she'd have to go.
She
And
would.
the thing is, that she
I don't know if
they
she
need
go. I don't know if she end up on NXT, but she would definitely for sure have to go to the PC.
listen. Them YNs in the PC, they're gonna get her ass straight. Jada will Swiss cheese her ass.
Nah, man.
All
Listen,
Jada know is switch.
JCJ
All-
be like, "Who's this bitch?"
exactly,
JCJ,
bro.
I'm
Don't,
like, we
bro.
got
I'm
Britt
telling
Baker at
you,
home."
the PCYNs are going to get Britt Baker right, yo. Put her ass in developmental, and I bet you she come out,
Damn, they athletic over here. Damn.
bruh. The PCYNs, come on, get it straight, bruh. She gonna be getting worked by Carmen Petrovic, bitch. Let me show her how to do the headlock takedown, nigga.
Oh my god. Yeah, if she goes to NXT, I don't know. The I mean, I would be
You would
for it.
be
I'm not in
you would be for it exactly. It
I
would
would
be
be for it. I would be
completely
for it.
fine. She needs to go.
Um, Next question or next thing. Ricky Starks was pulled from GCW shows this past weekend. Chris
Yep.
Jericho himself showed up at a GCW event to jump Effie and Matt Cardona in preparation for ROH Final Battle, which I think is also happening this weekend. W- It's personal, right? It's got to
It
be.
certainly feels that way, right? It certainly feels as though this is something that is being done purposely to drag this guy. Listen, I've never been on record as being like a huge fan of Ricky Starks in ring, and I think
Sure.
I've always been on record saying like, hey, like I'm not the biggest fan of him in ring, but this is wrong. Like the guy
Yeah.
seems like a pretty cool guy. It seems like he wants to leave, so you should just let him leave. I feel like your talent is, if your talent is not being used somewhere, they should go. It's
It's
hard not
hurting
to think.
AEW to me. To me, this is hurting the perception of AEW to the
Oh,
people who it matters the most to.
in a year of which they've had nothing but almost bad press outside of the matches that they have, this is for sure a terrible look for them in
Because when
terms
he
of the.
sings, he gonna sing.
Yeah, and the thing is like, do you like if his contract just runs out, he's not signing an NDA. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't fight anybody like Punk did, so he can actually vividly talk about the things that were done to him. And
Absolutely.
so I think that like you just don't want to do that. And again, it goes back to like my previous sentiment about Tony Storm and the way that people are doing stuff for them. It's like this is supposed to be the company that is not like the evil empire and they let people out of their contracts and da da da. And now people are going back on that saying, well, if he would have shut his mouth, he would have been gone. It's like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no rhyme or reason to where the goalposts get stretched from, and now you automatically see people saying, "Well, Ricky, it was never that good." It's like,
Yeah.
like, huh? Like it's the same shit with Jade.
Now she winning. You know what I'm saying? The Ricky thing is keeping 2025 kind of exciting, just in terms of like what will happen, what will he say, when will he say it. But he's definitely gonna have quite a bit to talk about. I would, at least he's gonna be asked about quite a bit, and I don't think he's not someone who really minces words when it comes to things that aren't unless he contractually has to. Um, when it comes to things that piss him off. So I expect to hear a lot from Ricky Starks in 2025, and also hopefully a new home for Ricky Starks in 2025.
Yeah, man.
Um, speaking of you know what? It's been a month and a half since the damn election. I feel like this country is going so much different ways. Tessa Blanchard has
Wow,
returned to TNA.
what a what a twist.
seemingly, seemingly, there's got to be no coincidence. I don't know.
Okay,
She was gone for the entire Biden administration, and suddenly comes back to the Trump. I don't know.
think
Um,
about it.
think about it. Tessa Blanchard has returned to TNA. They kept this
Uh-huh.
under wraps pretty hard until pretty much the day of, where
Yeah,
it's
like
like
hours before it happened. Yeah.
uh, Tessa Blanchard returned, jumped Jordan Grace, kind of now. There's multiple schools of thought of how people feel about Tessa Blanchard. A lot of people are saying like pretty much just like move on, let her have her redemption story if there is, and then there's
Who was
some people
saying
who
who's saying move
Booker
on?
T, Booker T,
He did?
Booker T said this.
Oh
Booker
wow.
T says everyone should just move on since she's got it sorted out with everyone who was affected by it. She should have a chance for a redemption story. I think everyone should kind of like move on. Um, Which to me, he said verbatim, he said, "Man, the thing is,
Yeah, but
I've
Booker
already
T be on that shit.
I've already seen criticism of Tessa Blanchard being back and people wanting to still try to cancel her. Old people hate canceling, bro." He says, "Man, y'all get off it. The thing is, if something was said, if an apology was made and fences were mended, we should be able to move on. One thing about certain in the social media sphere, everyone know about it, but don't nobody really know what's going on. Everybody know the story, but don't nobody know what's going on. My thing is,
Everybody wanna be a nigga, but don't nobody wanna be a nigga. I get you, Bill. I get your book.
guys, get off all this hate and let Tessa Blanchard hopefully try to resurrect her career and go out there and redo all this all over again. Let's just look at this thing as a redo."
Book?
Man,
No.
no. Yeah.
No. No book. I don't wanna do that. I wanna, I wanna hold her accountable for what things that she's done. I mean, it was so funny that when it was announced, it was immediately announced right after that Jordan Grace did not wanna work with her. And I
Yeah.
think she put that out there because her contract's up. You know what I'm saying? And she wants to be with the PCYNs. You know what I'm saying? So let her go.
It's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know what the hell Booker T on. Booker T is like on like we should just let George Zimmerman just like live in society. Like that's how I legitimately feel like he's saying with these things. Um I don't think this is necessarily I think it's insensitive for people to just kinda, like, get over it. While it isn't something that necessarily affected them per se or directly, um, it definitely you walk a fine line of saying, like, "We allow certain people to come back even after the wrongdoings that they have." You walk a
Yeah.
fine line in saying that it's okay. Um, and while I do kind of feel that people are definitely worth a redemption, I do feel like it depends on the severity of the things that are going on
Here
and how it
here's
affects the
my
people
thing.
who are on your roster.
Old
But
girl she did it to, old girls she old girl the all the girls she did it to, and disrespected Chelsea
also,
Green.
she didn't get fired for being racist, by the way.
And Chelsea Green also, extremely open about her experiences all the way up to this year. I think it was like June was the last time she actually said anything about Tessa. Like, these are people that did not
Yeah.
forgive her, and they went through it. So again, I go with them over anything Booker T has to say. In that element, you know what I mean? And it's just it's a shitty instance, shitty circumstance. I think that Impact has severely misinterpreted exactly what the fuck their fans want, and what they are looking for, because it's not only just people like Jordan Grace and possibly Joe Hendry that are up, like Kushida left, Josh Alexander is
I'm gonna
left for
get to
the
that. Hold on, hold
oh,
on. We'll get to that.
okay,
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
okay,
I got it on the list.
okay,
But
alright, well,
you know what? All
it's
right,
just
let's talk about it
terrible.
now. Let's talk about it now. Let's talk
Okay.
about it now because it's looking like it's going to be a new kind of like um era of TNA because, like you said, Kushida's contract coming up, Mike Bailey, Jay Chung the announcer, Rhino, AJ Francis, Jordan Grace, Josh Alexander, all their contracts are coming up, or and they're pretty much confirmed to be leaving. Um, the question I was going to ask is, in any of these names, should there be any WWE or AEW interest?
Woo!
I'm gonna repeat the names. Kushida. Let's go through it name by name. Should there be any WWE or AEW interest in Kushida?
No.
Nah.
I think they tried it. I think that he doesn't work well with the style necessarily. I mean, the thing is, here, okay, you know what? I retract that statement. He should actually be in NXT. I think he'd be fine in NXT. I think Sean actually books people his size correctly in that brand.
Mhm.
Um, I think he would actually work there. In terms of like main roster, no, I was even iffy on main roster shit when he was in NXT before.
But if
Um,
you can't go to the main roster, I don't even know why you in NXT.
but there's gonna be a
That's
lot of
really it
people
for
that
me.
are like Sean Spears ain't going to main roster. You know what I'm saying? Like he could be like a player
I
coach.
feel like
Like,
I feel like he will end up on the main roster eventually.
I'm a hold of this nigga. He
Pretty
41.
old.
He ain't going
He,
no
be-
goddamn.
yeah, I mean, this is 40 on the main roster. Like it just won't. He might.
They need fresh hotness. He need to be with the
He gonna do something with
PCYN.
Cody. He gonna do something with Cody. Cody gonna help him. Trust me.
He
Cody is
gonna
his
say,
man's.
what he gonna say? So konnichiwa.
Cody
But
is
he
his
got
man's.
to.
Cody will do a when Cody drops the title, he'll do a 2-month program with with Sean Spears.
Oh, he did work with Nakamura, so yeah.
Uh let's see. Mike Bailey.
He's going to AEW, right?
Yeah, yeah, he actually is.
Mm.
Jay Chung's an announcer. We don't need any more announcer things. Rhino says it looks like he's done. And Rhino should be
Rhino,
done.
yeah, Rhino should stop. He should
Yeah.
stop playing with us and just go.
He should actually I was gonna say something mean spirited, but I'm not gonna do that. Um AJ Francis.
Come on, nigga. CDL, nigga.
You should resign to TNA. Stay where you're at.
Yeah, stay where you at,
Um,
nigga. I'm pretty sure that you're gonna tell us that Tessa Blanchard actually is okay. So, go ahead, do that.
Jordan Grace seems almost as confirmed.
Yeah, PCYN.
Yeah. Um, Josh Alexander.
He definitely seems like he's about to be with the PCYNs as well. The men need something on that side. I think Josh Alexander is the perfect the perfect shot in the arm that men's division is gonna need.
No, I agree. I agree. You know, they could use more new faces. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since what's my man's name? Ethan Page. So definitely some new faces there.
He seems
Um,
to be on the way out of NXT in general.
I let's hold. I would hold that until after WrestleMania. He's definitely gonna be part of Stand and Deliver. I think. I don't think you can. I don't think at this point you can make it to the main roster without actually having to go through a Stand and Deliver. At this point, like you need
You go
a year in
there's
the
been niggas
system.
that's gone up without a stand and deliver.
But I think he's gonna be there. They need a draw for the show. Like that's why I don't think Trick is getting called up. I don't think Ethan's getting called up. Roxanne could get called up because I think there's a lot more other female draws on the show at this point.
She done been through 2 goddamn, like
More than enough stand and delivers. Yeah,
yeah,
she's done her she's done her thing.
if you done
Um,
3, then you could just go whenever.
yeah, you should be able to. So, but I don't think Ethan Page will go. Not just yet. Um, and I also think Trick. I think if Trick loses the title, he'll still stay. I think the here's my theory on like the trajectory of like an NXT person. You're getting built up.
Tell us, Meelz.
Yeah, well, there you go. You get built up, um, and that could take like a year and change. You peak, which in this Trick's case, this is like more the trajectory of AEW of an NXT champion. You peak, you get the NXT championship, you have a run, you get to face all these great opponents that you weren't really facing before, or you faced in your past, or something. Then you lose the title, but you still also now you need to know how to like give back or make talent look better or lend your star power to those talent. And I think if Trick loses the title at New Year's Evil, which I'm imagining he doesn't, um, I think he'll be going through that process of like making talent look better because it's the same thing that happened to Braun, happened to Carmelo. It did it with Sammy.
Well,
They did
see,
it with.
I don't see how he's gonna
S-
make, Oba look better. I'm interested
well,
in that happening.
well, here's the thing. I feel like he also. Would you say Trick has been well, I don't know. I wouldn't say he's a major part, but would you say Trick has helped? Um, what's that dude's name? Oh my god, he just faced him on the last pay per
Eddie?
view.
Oh,
No, no, no.
Ridge?
We'll get to Eddie.
Ridge
Ridge.
Already had heat coming in. Like, I think if anything, Ridge looked good, like, getting heat on Trick and beating him the fuck up for, like,
Right.
58 minutes. But, like, I think that Ridge definitely and this is gonna be unpopular, especially to a lot of people on our Discord. I think Ridge carried a lot of that match. Trick didn't do anything. We get beat up.
Mm,
What'd he do?
yeah.
What did
I
he do when
mean,
we
he
get
was
beat
in the.
up?
I mean, I guess it's a star power. You know what I'm saying? And Trick brought him up
I
with him.
guess it's
You know
just
what I'm
star powers. Know what I'm saying? Whenever a nigga
saying?
says, "Know what I'm saying," it's already it's automatically
Trick just brought him up with him. But no, you're
disregard
right in that
anything
aspect.
disregard anything a nigga says if he says, "Know what I'm saying."
I feel like, but I just feel like he's gonna lend a little bit of a star power to certain things, and one could be Eddie Thorpe. So that was actually another question I had. Eddie Thorpe at the end of
Eddie Thor
NXT. What are your thoughts
better
on that?
wrestler. Better wrestler than Trick. He's gonna be another one that like looks better because he's just more seasoned than Trick. Like I still feel the same way I felt about him a week ago or 2 weeks ago whenever we talked about this. In that
But
it
do you feel like this is a corner turning for Eddie Thorpe?
Yeah, I think it is. I think that the segment was incredibly well received to a point where like I don't even think they expected it to go that well. In
Yeah,
that we've never really seen anything like that before, at least not in like the recent eras, right? Like Eddie did something that was legitimately smart and actually pretty darn
and
doggone cool.
outsmarted the GM, who's usually
Yeah.
supposed to be like the. It actually make people look at Ava worse. They're like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck is she doing?"
Oh, she's gonna emasculate this nigga so bad in the coming weeks. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. But I thought, yeah, it was done well, received well. I'm interested to see what happens on NXT tonight. He does get the title match tonight, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Um,
this is their final stretch of tapings, until the new year,
they
I
tape
believe.
tonight, and I think they tape tonight and tomorrow. No, they tape tonight. Do they tape both shows tonight?
I
No, they
think
tape
so.
one tonight and then one on Wednesday, I think.
It's, no,
They go back to the PC.
it's a double taping, and they're taping tonight and Thursday.
Right, 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 right. Okay. Um,
Oh, wait,
so
no, I'm
we'll
bugging. I'm bugging. Hold on. I hate nigga. Hold on. Fucking ad block shit. So it's per Mike Johnson. NXT is gonna hold a double taping on the 17th. One episode will air live, and one we tape for Christmas Eve, and then they'll tape the New Year's episode on Thursday. So they're at home for a minute.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Good for them. They get the most days off of anyone.
Yeah. They'll what I think. I mean, the Raw crew is done this week. SmackDown crew's done on Friday. NXT is done. Yeah, they're all off at the same time.
Yeah, 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 and they'll all have to just work they're
That last Friday.
working
That last
y
Friday, before next week.
yeah, yeah, they're all yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Um, next one. People online are starting to become critical that Triple H is all up in the videos for promotional things.
Who says that? Who said that? Where's that coming from?
It's from some person on the internet. It's like, "Oh, Triple H in the video again? Doesn't anyone else have to do this?" Like, don't the people are being critical that Triple H is, I guess, too much of a face of things, that it should be
I
other
could not.
wrestlers, other
I'm
talent.
sorry. Not to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I could not give a fuck about any of that. Who fucking cares? Who cares? Who cares? He is a former talent. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet, is he? He's a former talent for sure. Hall
He's
of
in the Hall of
Famer.
Fame.
He
He's
is.
in the Hall of Fame for DX.
Yeah. Okay. Hall of Famer. He's the fucking face of the company. What do you think the fucking Adam Silver does? What do you think the fucking Dana White does? Like, who gives a shit? Who cares, bro? Who gives a fuck? Like, I'm legitimately confused as to why this is even a conversation. Who fucking cares? He can be in the fucking videos and shit. He's the best salesman for the job.
I agree.
He's the best fucking salesman for the job. This
He's a
isn't.
recognizable face from probably the most prominent era of WWE that's ever existed.
He's not hooking niggas in the pedigree on the fucking on the videos. Who gives a shit?
That would be hilarious.
Who gives a fuck? Like at the end of the day,
Uh,
you should have a face that's bankable. There's a well, it should be the talent. They have that too. All the talent got fucking IDs for Netflix. Even niggas that's on SmackDown have IDs for Netflix. Everyone's front and center on the shit. Who fucking cares, bro? I like if you think of it like this. But didn't pro wrestling start kind of like a carnival type shit, circus type shit? PT Barnum right there. The end. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, talk about something else.
I agree.
That legitimately just like again, there is no arguments. There are no real arguments that are in good faith when it comes to pro wrestling on the internet. I
People
don't know
just hate
any
Triple
real
H,
person.
man.
I don't know any real person, Meelz, outside of the fucking internet, who is looking at that and saying Triple H again. No one gives a fuck. Nobody cares.
Triple H with Migos and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, he's the
uh,
face of the fucking shit. Like, who cares, man? Like, whatever. Go ahead.
thoughts on the Royal Rumble theme being Charlie XCX Von Dutch?
It's over for you niggas on AEW, bro. They got the white gaze, bro. It's over for you niggas. Y'all was trying to get Chappelle Roan,
Did
Chappelle
you see
Roan.
that? Mercedes was like, I hope Beyonce can come to our All in Texas."
You gonna say, "Oh, Lynn, what's that?" "Oh, Lynn, what's that?" I can't read. Oh,
um,
okay, but anyway,
don't. All
uh,
right. See, I knew you was gonna go there, and I was praying you weren't. Um, next
no,
one,
but like
Jade's
I was saying, Charlie XCX on Royal Rumble, that's a big deal. Great song,
great
um,
song, great
great
choice. I
fucking
listened to it. I was like,
song,
okay, I could see a little Royal Rumble package to this.
bro. Bro, I'm your number one. It's obvious. I'm your
I'm
number
your
one.
number
Come on, man.
one. Next up, Jade Cargill We got some traction on a lot of things. Not actual news because no one's reported actual news, but things are happening. According to Brian Alvarez, Jade injury is reportedly actually very, very serious. Um, how do you think WWE has handled the injury thus far? We've seen
with
this
it
week
with
on SmackDown.
with fucking ambiguity from the beginning. I think that they've done as much in the shadows as they could about this injury. We still have no fucking clue what's going on with her, and no one has reported what's
Yeah,
really going on.
I'm. I don't know. So my thing is that I feel like with ambiguity, it leads to like maybe could come back soon, so we don't want to do too much. But also,
It reminds me, and I think people have forgotten about this too, but it reminds me of when Rhea was out for that long, and then she like came back and was not physical whatsoever, and didn't have
yeah.
any matches back in 2022 or 2021, and like no one really was talking about what was going on, and then like
So you think it's
she
like an injury or some ailment, or I don't know.
it might be an ailment. Sincerely do not know, but it seems as though they are operating under the edict that she will be out for some time, and that it was not planned for her and Bianca to lose those titles yet, and that is why they're doing what they're doing.
No, they're like,
It was
listen,
not timed.
Netflix said we needed two black women as tag team champions, and we got one right here. So it looks like Naomi will be replacing Bianca. Will be replacing Jade in this team. Only furthering rumors of people believing that Naomi did it. Um, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I think if Naomi did do it, that's a pretty good look for Naomi. To be honest,
Why would
it
she
might be
do
fire
that?
for Naomi.
I
I don't
I
know.
I would feel bad for Bailey if Bailey didn't do it, because I'm like, well, WrestleMania ain't in the plans for you,
Maybe she planned it. You never
my
know. You
pal.
remember?
Yeah,
You
nah,
remember?
nah.
You remember? I was watching yesterday because TH13 uploaded Triple H and Stone Cold's build to Survivor Series 2000, and Rikishi did it, but Triple H showed up with a with a black glove and started beating the shit out of Austin,
Yeah.
like OJ. What were your thoughts on like we got to do a retro diaries on this one. What are your thoughts of like Rikishi did it, but really Triple H did it?
Real that I think that that would be, like, the year 2000 would be a great retro diary, like, just, like, certain moments from that, and it's kinda crazy because like, we all watch wrestling bios in the chat or whatever,
Yeah,
and, he's doing both WCW and WWF, and I
in
think it
2000. Yeah, he
in
hasn't reached
2000,
the where we at yet, but yeah,
but, like, I think that, like, um, the way he handles the subject is very much from the sense of, like, I'm trying to see what you guys if you guys what you guys are saying was true. And so a lot of it is him being like, "Well, it didn't seem to be this bad at this time or whatever." And I'm just like, "Well, I mean, hindsight's 2020, right? Like, like you weren't like, we were actually watching this shit when it happened, so it was pretty terrible." But like, I tend to think of that angle being so convoluted and it leading into like so many strange things that led into that WrestleMania in 2001. It's like because if you think about it, they do that as Survivor Series, right? And then the rock stuff starts to kind of like happen right after that. And then in order to get to the rock stuff, him and Triple H have to have a hour long match that still means that like Austin loses, but he still gets the WrestleMania title shot, which I'm like, I've never seen anything like that happen before in my fucking life. Where the Royal Rumble person loses a huge match right before they have the match where they're going to win the title. I've never seen that happen before.
this is
That's
so
like
fucking
Cody, like we saw it with Cody, but like he lost at Mania, and it had implications for Mania. Austin
yeah.
lost at No Way Out, or
Way
yeah, No
out.
Way Out, and it had no implications for anything. He just lost, and Triple H ended up getting the worst match. Like he ended up getting the mid card match that year. It's so crazy.
It was supposed to build to the Triple H. They were looking past the Rock program. They were like, all right, Triple H and
My nigga,
Austin in the
they
summer
never
that gonna be the one.
yeah, like they never ever Meals. They never ever explained why the fuck they even thought to be the 2 man power trip at that time, right? Like it never got like a real explanation that I can remember.
It's probably a long-winded one that's probably about, like, the first 10 to 13 minutes of a SmackDown episode that we
Yeah.
don't remember, but no, that's true. So we just dropped our Sneaky Fire match of the year on Instagram.
Mhm.
Um, My sneaky fire match of the year was Ricochet versus Ilya Dragunov, King of the Ring tournament. Um,
Yeah.
Kwan's was Brian Danielson versus Hechisero, AEW versus CML on Collision. Shout out to him for putting a Collision match. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be the only one.
Dion's pick was Money in the Bank, the women's Money in the Bank, 2024, the one where Tiffany won.
Yeah.
Oh God, like, that's people from Collision coming to.
That's the colliders coming to get
That's the
you.
collider. Channing said Obafemi versus Wes Lee versus Joe Coffey. See, I would
Okay.
have picked the first triple threat match, the one with Dijak and the other weird guy. Um, so shout out to him. And then you picked Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman last Monster Standing match. Shout out to you.
Fire. Fire. Fuck out of
Listen,
here. That match is fire.
sneaky
Any
fires.
match where the ring is like the whole around the ring looks like it was destroyed
Yeah.
is really cool. Like they managed to really tap into that story there. I really enjoyed that match a lot. Great
Um,
ending too. Like
Great
really good
ending.
ending.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it was great ending to Raw, great ending to everything. Like Seth's return, fantastic match. So continue to check out our Instagram for more stuff like that. That's gonna be coming out over the next week. Um, Becky Lynch is now joining Starfleet Academy on Star Trek. Are you a Trekkie? Are you ever
I'm not
fucked
a,
with
I'm
Star
not a
Trek?
I'm not a Trekkian, bro. I'm whatever the fuck these niggas is. I like the movies, like the
Uh
old
huh.
like they were like late 2000s Star Trek movies. They were pretty cool, but people were like, "This is not real Star Trek." Like, well,
And then you're
shit, I
just like, all
liked
right,
it.
I'm out. I don't care.
Yeah, I was like,
Um,
"Okay, fine, fuck it."
and Tony D is appearing on a CW show. Shout out to Tony D.
Bro, synergy, #synergy. You feel me?
Hashtag synergy. Listen, I ain't never see a motherfucking
Uh-oh.
who would I say? Daniel Garcia on
Darren Garcia on fucking what is it? What, on The Dark Knight Rises, nigga? Like what what does TBS have? Hold on, TBS shows. TBS
Dark Knight
shows.
Rises.
Uh, but wait, what? I ain't never seen Daniel Garcia on fucking Impractical Jokers, nigga. Yo, TBS has no shows, my nigga. Hold on.
They can't be on Wipeout. John Cena probably put that in the
I ain't
contract.
never seen Adam Cole on Dinner in a Movie, nigga.
They doing dinner in a movie with AEW people. They're actually doing
Oh,
that.
Meal in a Match.
Meal in a Oh my
Alright, nigga, Meal
god.
in a Match. There you
Meal
go.
in a match. Meal in a match. Okay. Next one I have up. It just says Mina Shirakawa thoughts.
Yeah, I need that. Listen,
Listen,
man,
man,
I've seen enough, alright? I've
we
seen
need to check
enough.
her contract. I'm sure Tony's got her uh, every Wednesday is like, yo, what's the
It
update?
can't listen, it can't be that fire. It can't be that fire. Like, whatever you're doing there, it can't be that fire. It can't be more fire than what you could be doing, Mina. It can't
She
be.
know where she need to be.
Yeah, you need to be with the PCYNs. Listen,
Yo,
imagine Javon Evans scooping Mina, 15 years his senior.
she had a dance off with Mercedes.
He was
Mercedes
cutting
got
the
one
rug.
move. Oh my god! Shout out to Terrence. She was like, "Mina, let go of her." She was, yo, that dance shit was crazy. She was like, "Nah, I'm cutting up." And
Mina, listen, yes, number 1.
yes,
Mina,
yes,
yes, number
yes.
1. Number 2, here's my thing, man. If you put Mercedes up against somebody that got more aura than her, it is immediately noticeable that this person has more aura than she does. Like like Mina just got it, man. She's one of my favorite acts in AEW.
I agree.
She hot,
And
man. She's hot.
she's hot. She need to come over to the. We need to check her contract. You know what I'm saying? We need a something over the holiday break. Get Kyrie
So
wear wire or something. You know.
what if Ava said, "Hey man, we got a brand new talent coming to face Izzy Dane." I'm like, who about to beat this jobber?
It's
And it's
just
Mina
like pull up,
Shirakawa.
shaking her chi chis and all this other shit.
Izzy is
Uh,
like Izzy is 6'5", bruh. Mina about to tear her ass up, bruh. I need that. Turn that up.
uh, very good. Camille Brian Alvarez says, "This may be the last." I knew this from the moment that they wrote her off. I was like, "This might be the last time we see her."
I don't think it will be. I think Kamille will be on Wipeout. Which
Oh my god.
I think Kamille will be on Wipeout with, John Cena and, old girl. What's her name?
I don't
Old
even
girl.
was she fit in WWE? What's Camille
Nah,
do?
here's the thing, bro, she gonna have to improve. You know what I'm about to say, man. Go get your learn that headlock
Nah,
takedown.
she definitely heading to the PC. And she getting a
Yes,
jersey, she getting a shirt, she getting trunks, she getting a
bro.
schedule of her week to
They
week things.
they're gonna break a pool stick and throw one of the halves on the floor, and it's gonna be Camille and Jade, and we're gonna walk out the room, and whoever last is that's gonna be the one that goes to the main roster.
Camille and Britt. You know, man, just fight for the death.
No, it's gonna be Camille, Britt, and Jade. Whoever makes it out alive, they going straight to the main roster.
Oh my god. I think that might be it. That might be it because we got to talk about these shows, even though the shows wasn't crazy. Shows wasn't crazy. Um, but that might be it. I was looking at the WWE MSG card. I was like, should I go to this?
Might as well. I mean, it's a good prelude into into Netflix. Maybe,
Gunther versus Damien in the steel cage match.
Damn,
Liv
boy, they
Morgan
getting their
versus
reps. They're getting their reps, boy.
yeah, Liv Morgan versus Io Sky, probably the deluxe. You know what I'm saying? The deluxe version. Um, bonus tracks. Um, Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn, 2 out of 3 falls.
That's nice.
Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio. And then also advertised are CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, the Wyatt Six, the New Day. It's a champion LA Knight, but I guess they ain't know. And the Miz. So you know where I'm gonna, Miz gonna be there.
Is it
It
well?
doesn't.
Is the
I
Miz
don't know if
passing out
Final Testament.
popcorn?
I don't.
Is
It didn't say anything about Final Testament being there, so I don't know. Maybe they.
Nah, we send niggas out to do work for us, and then you just bring us the money back, nigga. Don't start me tonight, bro.
I'm not.
Don't
It's
start with me,
not
nigga.
happened.
Because
Listen,
we gonna talk about what happened on Raw. We gonna talk
let's.
about what happened on Raw.
All right. Let's get to it.
All right, thank you guys for listening. We'll be back next week for a fucking Christmas Eve episode. Should we tape
We
the
should
show?
tape. We absolutely should tape.
I don't know. Maybe it might be a rerun. We'll let you know. It
We
might just be a shorter
should.
show, or we might just be like, honestly. What if we just shoot the shit for like an hour and just like
No, we gotta do the awards things. We gotta fill out the sheet. We gotta
okay,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah,
We
yeah,
got the
yeah.
next 2 weeks to do that. We could do the best. We could do the worst. We could do kind of figure everything out. We might tape it. It might be if you asking us what happened on Raw, we might not know yet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I already know. You already know. I looked at them spoilers. I'm gonna be real. I might not watch next week, but I
All
do know
right.
what happened. All right.
Okay.
So, well,
All
actually, no. You
right.
kind of have to watch now because like they be putting in like vignettes and they be announcing shit on the
Nigga,
show. So like I might.
you could watch it. You could find it out on Twitter or Blue Sky or wherever the hell you
I
thing
ain't
it.
doing nothing else but playing Pokemon Pocket when the shit on. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We will be back next week with some form of a show, but it'll be free for everybody. Actually,
Yeah.
isn't everything free for everybody for the rest of the year?
You wanna make this free for everybody?
I think we said that last week. We're
We
bugging.
did say that last week, but I felt
Let's
like
keep
we
going.
missed it. All right, let's keep going.
Let's
All
keep
right.
going. Let's talk about SmackDown.
Good for you guys.
Yo,
Um,
you better be glad I remember.
I remember, but I also like this could have been one of those things where you thought next week was the end of the year.
Nah.
All
Let's
right,
just do it.
we said it. We said it, so let's do it.
Before the PCYNs get me, bruh. Let's just go ahead. It's a short shift on SmackDown and Raw anyway.
Yeah.
SmackDown, you had the new bloodline firmly in the mid card unless Roman is involved.
Shout out to them.
They are putting it out there. This is a mid card act
They
right
said it said
now.
LA Knight goes to war with Solo Sokoa. And I said, you know what? That sounds very on brand for both of these guys.
Yeah.
This sounds like a WrestleMania match to me. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
victims of Roman, bruh. VOR, bruh. The victims of Roman.
Well, listen, Roman's not done with them because Roman, he got Hype Williams to record a motherfucking
Yes, sir.
mu
Live
music
from Tam
video in the
live from
desert
Tampa. Live from Tampa, bro. He
where
said, "Yo,
he
man, I'm that nigga."
and he said, "I want you on January 6th." How do you feel about the January 6th?
It's a
They're
weird
beat
date to say, right? It's a weird date to say.
September
It's
11th.
but you
Like,
know
it's
what,
one of
man?
those.
Masks are off. Masks are completely off. I'm not shocked that niggas is straight up just saying January 6th without a care in the world. So here we go, you know?
Listen, and Netflix paid them $1 billion to say January 6th a million times. They gonna say January 6th.
You feel me? So I mean, it is what it is, but they're coming to Netflix. That's the deal. And you know that's what they're doing. They're doing it on January 6th. But here on SmackDown, LA Knight, Andrade, and Apollo Cruz got beef with these
Join
niggas, man.
forces, nigga. It's like
They join
Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha.
damn.
It was like, let's get Nappa.
Damn,
Um,
right, yeah, is Apollo Napa?
no, Apollo's not Nappa.
Oh,
Apollo is
the Apollo's Krillin.
Apollo might be Chaozu, bro. You might be he
Wow.
might
He
be a
look
little
the thing
clown.
the thing that's crazy is that he looks like both. So it actually works.
He might be that. But yeah, nah, they got their ass whooped. And LA was essentially Solo was like, yo, it's up on Netflix specifically.
Imma need them to, actually feel like a threat. I'm not gonna lie to you. Imma need them to feel like a threat at some point in this bitch.
They're not gonna beat up anyone worth a damn. So it's just it's
I mean,
tribal combat. Tribal
Tama
combat on Netflix.
Tama Tonga can look bad a little bit.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. Maybe after Netflix. We don't even they ain't even mentioned transfer portal this week like that, low key.
I think they want us to guess. Keep well, they did mention it.
Except Braun. Braun appears to be like, nah, he on SmackDown.
They mentioned transfer portal, on Saturday Night's Main Event Mad Times, so that's probably
Oh
why.
yeah, Braun appears to be on SmackDown now.
Yes. Listen, okay, let me just be clear here. I don't think after looking at what happens later, I don't think that, like I think in the moment, Carmelo, yes, did look like a dweeb, alright? He does
Yes,
look like a dweeb in the moment, but I do think that this story is not over. So I think that again,
think you get a win over Big Braun.
I believe so.
Okay,
I believe I heard that that is something that will happen on this show. So,
I mean everybody got to go through Braun at some point, so it's not like
he's Kane, he's the new Kane, nigga.
yeah, you gotta do it. Except Kane, I don't know if Kane ever looked this hobbled in life.
Yeah, Braun, he looked like he said, "Alright, here we go," when he pulled his leg over the rope to get into the ring. I understand what he brings in terms of value as a big man, but, like, Omos is right there. He can fulfill that role, many times over, and he's younger, and I think Braun we might be coming to the end of days for that nigga, bro. He looks like he can't walk anymore. He didn't even do the run thing around the ring. I don't think he
Nah,
can.
yeah, and at this point, yeah, cut that shit out, bro. Extend your career however long you did. It was fun, but find something new fun to do. Drew McIntyre was not a fan of Jimmy Uso's comic view skit. His stand up.
What where are we leading with this? Where are we going with this, you think?
Drew McIntyre seems to be going after the bloodline for whatever reason.
I said a week ago, you already know why, but I said a week ago
I know
that
why, but like, why now?
they need to just go ahead and do Drew and Roman.
Hmm.
And like the way he's working up the family tree, it does seem like that could potentially happen. There's no way Roman lets this happen and does nothing about it because he's
You
actually like
sure?
attacking. Yeah,
You
yes,
sure?
he's attacking people that teamed up with him. Yes, I'm pretty sure something will happen between these two.
I
Why
mean,
would it not? He's a
eventually,
baby face. He's a baby
eventually.
face. He's a baby face, dog. Stop being like that. He's a baby face. Like something is going to happen. Like I am fairly confident. I don't know if it'll be a match, but listen, I saw the Raw
I want to
spoiler.
see next time
Something will
Roman on
happen.
TV. Next time Roman on TV, I want to see him address this.
Well, that's gonna be a minute from now. I think he's trying to get the Oofalapa back, and then he'll address it.
Yo, they should have beat his ass just for that.
all these people talking about that. Well, that is actually racist. I'm like,
I
guys,
don't think it's racist, but I think
once
you
again,
bury you immediately buried the thing that Roman is going for. The biggest star on the show, like what he's going for, and you're just like, "Oh, falafel, a falafel."
you ain't
And it's
laugh.
just
You ain't laugh.
I didn't laugh, no. I thought it was like, wow, fucked up that he did that.
You a
Not
cap
like
ass
fucked up.
nigga. You a cap ass nigga. You
I ain't
laughed.
laugh. Come on,
You
bro.
laughed.
I ain't
You
laugh.
laughed.
I just
He
thought it
did,
was like, oh,
he
I
did
was
a
like, oh, he
racism.
about to get his ass whooped. That's what
He
I
did a
thought he was.
racism. He did a racism.
I didn't say it was racist. I just said he would now. Damn, you're not on the fucking Patreon. I was gonna say that Carlito thing, I laugh a little bit. But see, this is what happens if you're not on Patreon when you're supposed to be on Patreon. Um, but this I didn't laugh. I was just like, oh, Roman go whoop his ass, but it is what it is.
Roman ain't doing shit. He
We didn't
automatically, he automatically getting his ass whooped. Trust me.
we did not talk about the finals of this tournament, but it got to Meechin and Chelsea Green, who faced off
Yeah,
a Saturday night's main event
yeah.
in a match you would expect from Chelsea Green and Meechin, to be honest with you.
It was sloppy.
Um, yeah,
It was pretty sloppy.
I
Not gonna lie.
mean, no dumpsters, no kendo sticks.
Listen, the way she sold the meet defeat toward the end, I said, "End this shit now. End this shit the fuck now."
So Chelsea Green is the new women's U.S. champion.
Mhm.
So who do you think her first challenger will be?
Mi Chen, because she said it on the after show. I think it's probably gonna be Mi Chen. She cheated like
Eh,
crazy. She cheated like crazy to win.
that's true, but I also feel, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, SmackDown also had a Kevin Owens and Cody segment, and then we didn't talk about it. The Power Driver heard around the world.
Yeah,
Uh,
the package power driver. We you kind of knew it was gonna happen, sooner or later here, and it did. And listen, it looked fucking crazy. It looked painful. It looked real painful
so
to go through that.
he's Cody's out with all his fake injuries,
Christmas.
seemingly right, seemingly and through Christmas or whatever the SmackDown taping for next week is. Um, so we got that going on. I'm assuming this thing is leased in Netflix or a Rumble.
No, probably Netflix. I would say the top matches on Netflix is Roman Solo, um,
Seth,
Seth and
CM
Punk,
Punk,
Rhea Liv,
Real Live,
and this Cody KO thing, and then one more match.
probably some with Damian Priest.
Probably some with Priest or probably Priest and Gunther, to be honest with you. And honestly, I could absolutely see Priest winning that title on
I
Netflix.
could see it. I could see it.
Yeah.
Um, Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
It started off with CM Punk, and it wasn't CM Punk's best promo.
He was a jibbing and jabbing, bruh.
I was like, "Where's he going with this, bro?"
He was just a jibbing and jabbing, boy. I was like, boy, this nigga just saying anything, huh?
Yeah, I was like, "You know what? He's done so good this year. I'm gonna let him have this one." I was just like, "You know what? He had the gift of gab all year." So I wasn't really concerned about how jibbery jabbery this promo was. I was like, "What the fuck is he saying?" And he just kept it was just like this real awkward way to get Seth to come out. Um, so yeah,
Seth was like, "You a bitch.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Seth
I'm up
came
here.
out,
You a bitch."
and then they had a brawl, and then it leads to the, "Oh, you're gonna have the match at Netflix," and everyone's happy.
So do you think they're going to run this back? Is my question. If they're doing it in Netflix, do you think they run it back for Mania? Because that was supposed to be the Mania match, effectively kind of happening here.
That's a good question. I feel like we are going to get I think we're building towards the official Seth turn, right?
Yes, we still got to do that. Mhm.
So I think once we get that out of the way, then we'll be heading towards WrestleMania. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm imagining. I'm imagining Punk is supposed to main event one of these motherfuckers.
I think he's gonna main event one. It's still this. It's still the hook for the story is that he hasn't main event at WrestleMania ever.
So do
Um,
you think he wins the Rumble or wins the World Championship or?
Oh, no, I truly don't know. I guess it depends on where that Raw title goes. That to me, it doesn't seem like Cody's gonna lose it at all until after Mania at this point, in my opinion.
I have a feeling Punk is gonna be like Gunther to win a shot
And
at
that
the world title or
and that
something.
and that honestly makes sense because to do that, right, you would have to have another big match for Netflix come up, I think. And I think for the first month and a half of this Netflix show, they are for sure going to be loading it up with matches on matches on matches. Like,
Yeah.
without a doubt. Like, it's gonna be loaded up on matches, and I think Punk and Gunther would probably be a marquee match that would get people to tune in. I wonder how quick it's gonna go to VOD from Netflix
That's a good, question. Probably a couple hours, huh?
because it's gonna air for me at 5.
Yeah, no, it's airing live everywhere. It is
Yeah,
not
like,
airing they are not staggering this at all. If
damn,
it's
being
airing,
able
it's
to
airing live.
watch it at 5 and then, like, have the rest of my night would be nutty, alright?
I can yeah, well, I'll just have it, yeah, I'm going to sleep. Um, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan continue their program.
Yes, announced that
Um,
they are gonna have a match, I would be assuming at Netflix, on the 6th. That's a big match.
why are we saying Netflix like it's a PLE? It's it's
They're
having
treating it like one. Punk and
having a
Seth is like a
match on Netflix.
but you know what's crazy is that, like, we don't even know how long this show is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So, like, ultimately, like, yeah, it feels like a PLE. It could go for 3 hours and 30. It could go 3:30. There's no commercials at
No,
all.
I'm assuming there'll be commercials.
I don't think there's gonna be
They gotta
commercials,
figure
bro.
out a way to pay for this thing. I'm assuming
I
there'll
don't
be
think there's gonna be
commercials, but
commercials. But Netflix pay?
Netflix act like they broke every time they raise the damn prices for their fucking program. So yeah, I'm assuming they gonna throw some ads in this bitch.
YouTube TV acting like they broke.
Did you hear that Raw is supposed to air on YouTube in the UK? I think next week, or like,
That's
or that one, or it's the SmackDown, because their Netflix deal doesn't start until the 6th. So that SmackDown on the 3rd is going to air on YouTube, and I'm like, I hope it's YouTube for everybody.
nah.
Smack SmackDown on YouTube? Come on now. I would be here for it. Women's Intercontinental title tournament, we had Zoe Stark versus what's that girl's name? Kaden Carter
Jimmy Carter
versus
and Raquel. Listen,
Raquel.
I said this already. It says a lot that Raquel is the worst person in that fucking match. She was terrible in that fucking match, bro.
She ain't no I feel like she needs nah. She I don't know if she know what she doing yet.
Don't know what she's doing yet. She's been around forever.
I don't think as this character, she fully knows how she reacts in the ring yet. Because to be honest with you, she just be in Judgment Day driving niggas around and filming their fucking
On her
TikToks and all this other
escapades.
shit. Like she don't really know. Like she come out with these sunglasses that make her look like she blind. Like I don't know if she really knows the character yet or like fully formed within the character. But let me tell you what wasn't it in this triple threat match. Her.
Yeah, she was
Um,
terrible. Like, it's like, I almost was just like, "Take her out so that it could just be these 2," because, like, they were actually oh, Meek Mill. They were actually, like, working hard, and they were, like,
Blew the finish though, unfortunately.
completely blew the finish,
I
and
was like, "Whoa."
never again with these 3. I understand giving niggas chances, but never again with these 3. Please,
Yeah.
no.
But
Raquel,
I
I don't know
feel
how
like
she's gotten worse. I don't know how she's gotten worse.
maybe you gotta be too athletic to be doing Zoe. Maybe Zoe needs a new finisher. But I don't know. Everybody else be taking it.
Becky took it like a champ,
Oh, that's
and
true.
they got her nose bleeding every time she took the through the Z360. There's no if a top guy or top girl is selling this fucking shit, everybody should be able to sell it. So, Kaden, you gotta step your game up. Hit them backflips. Get
Yeah,
let the PCYNs teach you how to do this shit correctly.
she really like that Z3. Let me see. Did they edit it out on YouTube?
That was a
Nah.
Z90, nigga.
No. Yo, this looks crazy on YouTube. Um, let's see.
You could you there is an argument that, like, it looks even more damaging because she fucked it up and she
No,
fell
it
too,
looks
like
crazy.
the knee blasted her away.
It looked like you threw some potatoes and just like woo, woo, woo. Um, so that happened. Um,
We also got
but
a pretty big angle with Kyrie Sane getting hurt.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I was
know
gonna
I don't
say. Yeah, they
I
killed
don't know if
Kyrie
she
kind of.
I don't know if she's legit hurt. I don't know if there's any news on that, but,
She
she's
hasn't
out of the
wrestled in a
tournament.
minute. Yeah, she hasn't wrestled in a minute.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, she might be,
She might be hurt. Damn, they
she
can't keep 3 of them at the same time? Goddamn.
bro, they be going so hard, bro. Like, it's not a shock.
Uh, so yeah, spoilers, so it is what it is. Um, your guys will not let Miz out of this thing apparently because he's just so
Why should we?
valuable to the team.
Why should we? Why should we?
Apparently, because he's
Why
incredibly
he
valuable, I
got he
guess.
got us in this shit. Why should we let him out? Why should
Um,
we let this
because y'all
motherfucker out?
won.
No,
Y'all gotta
we didn't
win.
win enough, nigga. We didn't win enough. Here's the thing about when we win and we don't give other people the rub. We like to
You're
win
supposed
some
to
more.
lose to win. When you lose, is it over? Is that the
No,
case?
when we lose, we win. Really. If you look at the fucking scoreboard, nigga, when we lose, we win. It's like Hove said, bruh. It's like Hove said on Blueprint 2. Hold on, let me not misquote my nigga Hove, bro. Hold on, bro. Blue
First of
li
all, when we
listen,
lose, we win. God
when we
damn.
lose, we win, bro.
But Miz wins,
Like
he wins. How about that?
what? Come on, man. So here's the thing. This is what Carrion says, yo. I've been real all my life. They confuse it with deceit. Since I will not lose, they try and help him cheat. But I will not lose, for even in defeat, there's a valuable lesson learned, so he evens it up for me. How did Jay get away with that? Imagine Drake saying
But
that
Drake,
today.
that's what
Niggas be like,
that was just about to say.
imagine Drake said that today. Like,
Drake
imagine J.
was like,
Cole saying that
"Oh."
today. Niggas be like, "Oh, come on, nigga. Like, you lost. You lost. You eat
Hold the
poop, nigga."
L. It is what it is.
Listen, we not letting you out, and you're gonna go face the nigga that disrespected you, your man's, next week while we sit and watch. Cause we gotta make sure that you loyal to the gang. We already had you hit some angel dust and make sure that you was really not a cop. Now we gotta make sure that you really a crash out for us. That you really do what you gotta do with us. You know what I'm saying? You the YN. Even though you're 40, you the YN in the group. You the crash out in the group. That's what Miz does.
Y'all got two big ass niggas who don't do goddamn thing. Hasn't said a word since they returned. And
What?
fucking motherfucking what's his name? Paul Ellering talking crazy. You should have slapped the fire out of him. That's what
Yeah,
Mitch really
what
should
you
have done.
a old man?
Should have slapped. He was talking crazy.
Bro, Miz is like the beer Kane dropped in Menace, 40 and broke. All right?
Jesus fucking Christ.
He's
Anyway,
40 and broke. All right? We're saving you right now, nigga.
Intercontinental title match: Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser. This is good stuff. I
It
wasn't
was
really
good.
paying attention, but it was good.
I don't I swear you keep saying that shit.
I
I'm a
wasn't.
fucking
What was I watching?
nothing fucking
No,
more
no.
important than the show
I
that I
was
was
doing
watching.
I was doing what we were talking about before we recorded. I had to rewrite this fucking thing. So I was doing that while the match was on.
Anyway, Intercontinental match. Here's my thing about it. Great match. I really like Ludwig Kaiser in this like mid-card workman role. He does a really good job with that.
Same.
I
Same.
don't think people in the crowd were ready for Braun to have like a slower, less explosive match, and they lost him a little bit, even though the work was good.
I agree. I think
Like
yeah.
the
To be honest, I think a lot of the matches were longer than I guess they expected them to be. Because even the main event, I feel like the main event, like they got around to it, but I think the only real star in the match was Finn. So I don't know if people were really, really high on it, especially, the Boston crowd. But
no, they were high on it whenever Ivar was in the crowd because he's from there. He's from New England, so like
oh
whenever
yeah.
Ivar was in the ring, he got a pop.
Shout
So
out to him then.
it was 2 stars. It was Finn and Ivar was definitely a bright spot, and they popped when they won too. Like it was a big moment for the War Raiders who, after years and years and years of us saying just give these motherfuckers the titles, they finally fucking did it. And we are free from the grasp of the Judgment Day. But when you look at the landscape, Meals, there aren't many fucking tag teams on Raw, so I don't really know who they're going to be facing next, other than like I guess American Made.
Or New Day, right? This disgraced New Day who can't even enter the locker room now.
Damn,
They said on
they better go
Twitter,
talk to Miz. They better go
they
talk
said
to
on
Miz.
they said on Twitter there was like people were mad that we didn't get to speak in front of the people. Well, they didn't let us in the locker room, so we went home. I was like, you know what? That's some real shit. I don't know if you
I
could do that at
love
work.
I love the slow kind of build to all of this shit where it's like we're gonna get them in a match. We're gonna get the new rollout of what they're like now.
Yeah.
I think that it's a good slow burn. Like people are like, well, they're not having matches yet. I'm like, well, they're not supposed to have matches.
Let
Like,
me so I don't know if you saw what JD McDonough tweeted. Um he tweeted grief and he tweeted out his McDonald's order from Uber Eats. I want your thoughts on this McDonald's order.
okay, what is it?
He got a 10-piece chicken nuggets with 2 tangy barbecue dipping sauces. He got a triple cheeseburger, ketchup, diced onions, American cheese, beef, salt, regular bun. And he got a medium Coca-Cola zero sugar.
Okay,
No fries?
wrong with that? I mean, shit,
No,
nigga, he want the fries.
no
The fries
fries?
probably had like the triple cheeseburger alone is probably a
You
large fry
look
in
how much
itself.
you paying for this though. Like he
You
bought
But you
all
think
these
he don't
items
got it?
separately.
He ain't Miz now. You think he don't got it?
Dude, I think JD McDonough got it. No. I don't know
You
what
don't
he
think
be
he has
wearing.
money? You don't think he has money and he's on the main
He,
roster?
he got I mean, he got money, but like
He's this Alright, now you
you buying
disrespecting
3
me.
things separately? Like Jesus Christ. That's like $35 right here. So on McDonald's?
Number 1, you're pocket watching. That's number 1. Number
Well,
2,
it wasn't even supposed to be that, but now I was just noticing it. I was like, damn, he really bought like 3 items. Like this isn't part of a combo or anything.
let that man order what he wanna order, bro. Let him order what he wanna order, man.
All right,
He ain't
man.
doing nothing to you. He not
This was
harming
at
you.
1:41 a.m., bro. He was going through it.
He not harming you. He not doing none of that type of shit. He just chilling. He kicking it. He kicking it.
How do you feel about Finn's fits?
We just like a ninja? They
Nigga
alright.
dressed like he ASAP in 2012.
It works for him as far as, like, him being kinda like a couple steps removed from a roadman. Uh,
FXXX. I was like, what is going on here?
it's his own he look like type of nigga that, like, has his own clothing line.
Yeah, yeah.
He
It's
has
just
his own
like
clothing
he
line,
just
and
go
he's
randomly just pop up with a lookbook.
yeah, like, this is the new Prinks clothing line.
Oh shit.
Fucking
All
with it,
right.
Brennan.
God bless everybody. Um we'll be back before Christmas, but keep tuning into YouTube. On YouTube, we got more of the videos coming. Of course, we covered the first 10 past 2 days. When this airs for public on Wednesday, we only have 5 left. But we're going through the week. Make sure you guys subscribe on our Instagram, YouTube, and just for podcasts. Just continue to listen to us.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you guys for listening. We will see you all next week. Uh, we got what 10 days, 9 days from Christmas here. And
Nah, it's
yeah,
like 8. Nah, we fucked up, bro. I ain't buy
I know.
shit.
I actually did some of my Christmas shopping, but I'll talk about my escapades next week on Christmas Eve on the show.
All right, guys.
See
Thank
you
you.
later. Peace.